Be advised, hostile UAV incoming.
Hi, it's Tom from Digital Foundry here. Black Ops 3's multiplayer beta kicked off last week and it's already looking very solid. A sharp title running at a native 1080p resolution on PS4. On a technical level, Call of Duty games have always demanded fast controller response. They're renowned for targeting and typically holding 60 frames per second in multiplayer, meaning every frame updates within 16.7 millisecond frame time, and we're glad to see Black Ops 3 doesn't disappoint. Now, as you can see in our analysis, a solid 60 FPS line means players have the absolute best chance to react to what's happening on screen. There are genuine drops in places you would expect. Alpha effects from gunfire cause dips by 2 or 3 frames at points. Meanwhile, more noticeable drops come during heated moments, usually involving exploding grenades or airstrikes. But the engine quickly recovers and we get a steady 60 frames per second again. It's roughly what we'd expect from the series multiplayer and certainly a solid turnout for Black Ops 3.
Ruin wasted.
Tearing is also introduced, as you can see in the vertical red lines in our graph, though only really in brief spells. This affects the top 25% of the screen and is often gone before you can really register it by eye. This is the adaptive VSync method we usually get from the series, kicking in only when the engine can't render a new frame in time. As a result, we get a partially rendered frame with a tear at top, meaning Black Ops 3 holds on to its 60 frames per second target at the cost of a tear to the very top end of the screen. Overall, these are lapses in response that most players won't notice most of the time, all of which is to say it's not 100% perfect, but if this is what we get at launch from Black Ops 3, it's a very good turnout nonetheless.
Friendly UAV inbound.
But curiously, Black Ops 3's co-op campaign mode shown at Sony's recent E3 conference tells a different story. Though far from the final product, a direct feed analysis of gameplay shows PS4 doesn't produce anything close to the 60 frames per second of this beta. The co-op mode uses a similar rendering setup, allowing terrain to crop up at the top of the screen, but we see most of this demo unfolding at between 30 to 50 frames per second. So what's going on here, and is this what we can expect from the final product? Well, we reached out to Mark Lamia, studio head at Treyarch, and he gave us the following statement. He says this capture was made for a pre-alpha build for the intended purpose of demoing a level at E3, and was not fully optimized for performance. At this stage in development, we had not yet implemented our shipping code and content performance optimizations that will be in place by launch. He also continues to say that during development, especially pre-beta, we prioritize performance work for anything that will go hands-on with the public, like our multiplayer hands-on at E3 or our upcoming public beta in August. So with that statement in mind, it's fair to give Treyarch the benefit of the doubt for now, at least until the game arrives in its final form. From our early tests, co-op is certainly not as smooth as last week's multiplayer beta, but after a few more months of development, things could very well change come release, and we hope that it does. Anyway, if you like this video, feel free to like and subscribe, and until next time, thanks for watching.